Good morning, noon, or night. My name is Jet, and welcome to my channel, JITV and JITV2. So this video is going to be about long suffering and what that actually means. It's an attribute of God, the Most High God, who is perfect and holy, of love. Okay, in Him there is no darkness. There's no bad in God. That's the whole trick of the world, and many people want to incorporate the darkness and the bad with the good and the light. It's attempting to mix it together, which there is no unity of light and dark. It's impossible. It's impossible to turn on a light switch and the darkness and the light are mixed together. It's a total impossibility, and it's a lie. So what's happening, and it's understandable because it's what we see with our own eyes, and what we experience here is good and bad, right? Right and wrong, good and bad, and up and down, and all those different things. They are in total opposition to each other. The time is now. That's the whole purpose, is for you, anyone who has a soul energy, life force, spirit that understands love, to choose love, to choose God over everything else that's ever existed here or now, forever, any eternity, forever. You need to choose with your free will to choose the loving response in life choices for everything, regardless of anybody else or anything else that is happening. You can't, this is an individual game, okay? You have control over yourself. I have control over me, my free will. That's your free will is what I'm talking about. You hand your free will, you take your free will, and you let the Holy Spirit come in and teach you how to be a love-based living individual, so you can have joy, peace, contentment, kindness, self-control, peace, patience. You can have orderliness. You can have a peace beyond understanding, okay? If you use your free will to choose love and reject anything that goes against love. The whole system of all of reality is going against that, okay? All of the systems in all of reality, they hate love and they go against love, okay? But that doesn't change what I said before about you have to choose love or anti-love, right or wrong, or good or bad, okay? Love is truth and life. They're interchangeable terms, okay? So this video was supposed to be about the term long suffering. God is long suffering. Love is the superpower. It's the most high. It's the strongest of everything. I think I've covered that, okay? But there's other forces that want to think that they are superior and that they are stronger, okay? Like pride and ego and shame and muscle and all of these things, okay? They want to try to claim to be stronger than love. But what makes love, one of the most powerful things about love, is when it comes in and picks you up and cleans you up, starts giving you the mind of Christ, the mind of love, to totally give you a makeover and a redo out of the life that has most people have made such a mess out of. You can't even believe that you're still alive, you know? Long suffering is important, because if you can't long suffer, especially as a parent, if you can't hang when someone is going through life and they're suffering, because there's a ton of suffering in life because there's evil here and there's anti-love here. If you can't long suffer, then you can't help other people. Okay? You can make it through yourself, right? But if you can't stand to suffer, you can't help other people. Okay? We are hardwired to feel each other, to be empathetic. That is a human quality. Okay, so I see you crying, it puts me on alert. I think, oh, what's wrong with that person? How can I help them, right? That is what is natural inside of us, right? But it works with all different kinds of things. But many people, they see someone get hurt, they'll get mad, okay? They won't get empathetic. It still is empathy, but you get mad about it. So many times, in order for, let's use this example. Your little kid kicks something and breaks their toe, okay? you, as the parent, have to at least become a little bit long suffering, okay? Because now the kid has kicked it, it's broke its toe, and now you have to deal with the repercussions of these actions, whether you want to or not. So how you handle it, a love-based living individual is long suffering, okay? They will take care and be there and allow the child to suffer, because that's who's actually suffering, and it's your job to nurture and be understanding and do all the things you have to do for that child, right? That is long suffering. You are suffering because you didn't close yourself off. That kid kicks a thing and breaks its toe, right? You could totally shut yourself off, which sometimes this is necessary. I'm just using this as an example because people are permanently in shut off mode. That is what the problem is. Temporarily, to shut off, it may be what is correct. It may be what is needed depending on how severe the situation is, right? So if you shut off, that means you are not exchanging energies and information any longer. You are functioning from the input that was inputted into you, and you are now functioning from that, regardless of that kid had some, there could be a miracle that happened, his toe got healed, but you have shut off because you can't handle that child's suffering, and you're just going at your own thing, trying to do your own thing, regardless of that kid, what that kid actually needs. You cannot tend to somebody and help them with their actual needs if you are shut off, okay? People call that emotionally unavailable, and there's different terms that psychology will call it, and this, that, and the other, but I'm explaining to you what is happening. If you do not choose love and be of love and go that route and learn how to be long suffering, okay, you shut off and close down and are not long suffering, okay? It is beneficial. It is the superpower. Things function far better when you can learn how to be long suffering. That means you can interchange your energy with people and you can become one and work as a team. When you cannot long suffer, okay, we are here for each other. I know people that it's not a common thing, but we are here for each other. That's the only way it makes sense. We are not just here for ourselves, but we are here for each other. You call them to be a light and shine, to wake other people, to get to other people, to be example for them, okay? We are to pay attention. This is a two-way kind of thing. What we do goes out, and what other people do comes in. That's why they hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, okay? If you don't hear it and you don't see it, then you won't speak it. But there's so much evil that and that's anti-love. I say that it's anti-love. It's anything that goes in against love. It goes against love. It doesn't, so the long suffering. So yes, it is very beneficial, and it is way more of a superpower, and it is way better if you can be long suffering as opposed to you cutting off and not having that capability, okay? Or being angry, Sometimes all of these things, I'm not saying that any one circumstance doesn't call for this, that, or the other, but I'm saying as long as if we're evaluating this one with this one, long suffering is far superior and much more powerful of a skill than not having that capability. But you really have to understand love and be loving to allow that to happen, because if you don't understand God and love, okay, it says anyone who knows love knows God, okay? You can have the Holy Spirit. You can have the superpower. You can have the teacher of all things, and it can come to you, clean you up, and pick you up and make you strong. It said, love lifted me. When nothing else could help, okay, love lifted me. God is love. These things will lift you. It will teach you. It will help you understand the nature of reality and why things are happening the way that they are. So becoming long-suffering is very important, and it's everybody who has a soul, everyone who understands love is slowly being encouraged or taught or chastened about long suffering and why we need to be long suffering and why it's of God, why it's good to do that, even though it's hard. That's what I was going to say. So if you don't know, if you don't have a relationship with the Most High God, you don't understand, you don't know any of those things, then it's very hard to allow yourself to become long suffering, because if you do attempt to become long suffering and you have no solid foundation, love is the rock, God is the rock, Jesus is the rock in which you have your house built on, okay? It's strong. It's a solid foundation of love. If you are not have your identity and your life and anything like that built on the rock of love, which is the only thing that's true and real and correct, then everything else is going to, it's a house of cards. Okay, if you are not built on the understanding that God is love and Jesus came here for us, and if you don't understand those things, you're not building your life on it, then it's a house of cards. You're literally building a house of cards. It's not on a solid foundation. And any little thing like long suffering, because you don't understand where it came from, you don't understand that you have the power, that God is here and with you and will never leave you and will keep you strong. Okay, you stay hooked up to that vine of love, which is strength and superpower. Okay, then the long suffering can come in, and you get depressed and you get suicidal because you are not building on the rock of love and understanding. Okay, so I think I said it in another video. I may post this one before that one, but you can beat around the bush for a long time, but what actually is necessary and needs to happen is for everybody needs to reconcile or create a relationship with God. Okay, you know God by relationship. Just like I said, if you know love, then you know God. So why would you reject that and not want to do it? Especially when I'm sitting here telling you and everybody's telling you that it is the superpower. It is the superpower when you understand love. It says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. People don't know, they don't understand. They either, there's many deceptions, there's many traps, there's snares, there's all of these things, and then there's just flat out people who are so full of pride, and they reject any knowledge about any different things that we're talking about. And so there's actually a verse about that, but I'm not going to do that one right now. Long suffering is very important, and it is a superpower, and it is how you know you're strong. If you don't have long suffering, then you can really hurt people around you. You can really hurt people around you by cutting off and this, that, and the other, or trying to numb out and all of these different things. And then if you're a parent, that's an even bigger thing. Okay, if you are not long suffering and you can't suffer with your child while they're suffering, okay, then you cannot help them effectively, and they are going to feel totally alone not having you there, except for God. And that's, the superpower. But you have to encourage and show your children this information, knowledge, wisdom, and discernment, so they won't fall into the traps and the snares of the nature of reality that goes against love. So I'm going to start a series of children's stuff probably very, very soon, and we'll definitely be going over that stuff. And so with that, much love and many thanks. I love you. Thank you.